Hello everyone, I'm Mutz Marsh from Eddie Van Halen Geek. This channel is dedicated to my personal guitar stories. I'd be happy if you could watch it to pass the time. Well, enjoy. This time I'm going to do the second part of the 5150 style, and I'm going to do phrases like this. This is what it looks like when you do the basic movement slowly. Try to imitate it while looking at the score. This is an example of how to add a flat 5 on the second string in a pentatonic scale movement. Again, I want to explain this in key A, so try to position yourself so that your index finger is at the 5th fret. Of course, the original source is Eddie Van Halen. Be sure to check out his solo on 5150 from the 1989 Tokyo Dome show and Bottoms Up from his second album, which is a great sample of his work. In my case, I could copy the phrases right away, but it was difficult at that point to imitate even the feeling. What was the reason for this? Until recently, I could not figure it out and could not use the phrase at all. But recently, through a chance, I was able to perfect it in my own way as a very practical phrase. It all started with a video. I wonder if everyone is familiar with this video of Eddie Van Halen visiting Jason Becker.
Named that after my son, Wolfgang.
How old is Wolfgang?
Eddie is playing this phrase in this scene. When I saw this, I thought Beautiful Girl was very similar. Also, the movement right before the tapping in Spanish Fly is the same. These are all movements that originate from the 2 finger. In this case, the 2 finger would be the middle of the 3 notes on the string, or middle finger here, right? I know this is a personal story, but I have always thought of 1 as a starting point. But for some reason, that approach doesn't work. It doesn't feel right. It's boring to play, and it doesn't feel good. Anyway, it seemed like a useless phrase, but when I saw this video, I thought, I wonder if Eddie thinks of the 2 as a starting point, and I tried it myself, and it was a great answer. It really makes it more dynamic. I thought, so, this is the answer. It was a second revolution in my mind. Since then, I have started to use it a lot for improvisation. In fact, whether you start with 1 or 2, what you do is exactly the same, but it is a strange thing, that by changing the timing you are aware of, you can improve the feeling. Do you understand? I'm just talking about my personal feeling. I usually start with number 1 before playing this phrase. While playing number 1, time the timing, slide down to the 4th fret, and immediately repeat the 3 notes several times quickly. Memorizing this sequence of movements is the theme of this lesson. The timing of the slide down to the 4th fret can be easily understood by switching the color-coded sections of the example. As mentioned above, in my case, when I repeat the 3 notes on the 2nd string, I organize it in my head so that the 2 is the starting point of the phrase, as in 2, 3, 1. I can play without any picking at all, but I tend to add picking more often to maintain the power of the phrase. The picking is always done at the timing of the 2, which is the starting point. This is the most important point. After down picking 2, hammering on 3, pulling off 1, and repeat. And I usually end the phrase in a way similar to the ending of, "You really got me," or "I'm the one." got me, and I'm the one. Use a note in the major third, C sharp for key A, G sharp for key E, as they come down to the fifth string. This is Eddie's approach, based on blues music. The use of the major third instantly gives a strong blues feel to the music. I love that feeling, so that's why I use it here. In reality, there are many ways to do this, such as combining descending and ascending, so be flexible and construct a phrase that is unique to you. As for the scale, remember that all the 4-fret notes used in this, including the flat 5 note, are usually used in combination with the pentatonic scale. As you can see from playing it, the EVH scale is very compatible with blues and rock. It is difficult to explain each note theoretically, but please try to play it and master the usage of each note. In the demo performance, I play not only in the key of A, but also in the keys of B, C, D, and E. For each key, you'll have to replace the diagram to understand it. That's all for now. How did you like it? This 5150 style video is just one example of how I understand and utilize the Eddie Van Halen technique. There are 10 different interpretations of the technique for every 10 people, so it's up to you how you use what you learn. It may sound contradictory for me to say this when I post videos on YouTube, but to be clear, the most important aspects of music and guitar cannot be learned from YouTube videos. It's important to be willing to use your own ears to learn and to be generous with your time. It is very important to feel the nuance and feeling with your ears. Even if you are wrong, you should try to think, how is it played? And try this and that, and it is very important to spend that time. There are no shortcuts. That is why I want you to spend as much time as you can with the sound. That's what I want you to do. The watchword is keep on rocking, right? See you soon. Bye-bye.